Hello and welcome into the show. I don't even know how to intro this now because I have a new name, or not like my own personal name, but I'm trying to rebrand. That's why you guys are here. It's all about the next chapter. And that's it. That's what we're going to talk about today, along with a bunch of other things. But it's something that I've been thinking about for a while. And I discussed it with a few people. And a couple of them gave me the advice to not do this at all, and I've decided to go against that advice, and I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm gonna kind of explain my thought process behind it, and this is particularly to everybody who has already become a member of the Patreon, specifically a supporting member. I am gonna make this video available to more people after, today, but the live part of this is for members of the Patreon, and so first off, big thanks to everybody who has joined both the Patreon and the live stream. Speaking of people who joined the live stream, Fraxi, JPS, and Pico Play are on the podium. So congratulations to you three. Fraxi celebrating Burger Day. JPS says nothing beats a Friday big news stream. I don't know if it's big news. This is really just more of a me thing, but I did wanted to kind of share it with you guys because that's what I do. That's the content. Friday, the day to go outside. Come on, any day that ends in Y is a day that we can go outside. Mikey Baston, what's up? It's Friday. It's 5 p.m. It's Laird telling us he's finally painted the wall facing him in the attic. Hardly, Mike. Hardly. Actually, I guess I could say that I did, because you guys can't see it. But no, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Maybe this will change it. Actually, maybe this will change my motivation to do it. How about that? It's also getting exceptionally cold in where I live, and exceptionally cold is very dramatic. The older I get, the colder, the higher the number that becomes when I start to get cold. And we've officially reached cold season here. And so I don't know why that had anything to do with redoing this room. Anyway, James, what's up? Alex Coombs, Sean Kennedy, Don Q, Jack Daniels, what's up? Still got the husky voice. Yeah. I just can't kick this thing. I've officially moved to some sort of like herbal tea. It has what is in this stupid tea? Elderberry, which is supposed to help. And it I don't know, man. I feel bad talking down on tea, but I'm a coffee drinker and I love coffee. And when I get sick, I have to drink tea because, like, the caffeine's not good for your throat, and tea and honey. And they're like, yeah, that's what you should. So all I've been drinking, well, that's not true. Not all. I still drink my coffee, but I need to drink tea supposedly this helps. And so if it helps, I'm willing to do it. But it's a weird thing that I only drink tea when I'm sick. And so when I drink the tea, I'm like confirming that I'm sick. And so mentally I'm like, oh, I'm sick. Here's some more tea. And I mentioned this before. I actually don't know if I mentioned this on stream specifically, but I was talking about it with Jimbo just before the pack drop stream for MFL this week. And I like Earl Grey, and I feel like a 90-year-old woman when I like saying that, but I switched to this herbal one because elderberry is supposed to be good for you. But Alex is in the right place here. Always coffee over tea. Think the number increases with each birthday. It might, Mike. It might. TM, yeah. It's it just snuck up on us. It was like 75 Fahrenheit here literally last weekend. It was gorgeous. And all of a sudden, it's just not. It's currently, well, what did I have to do today? I had to drive my daughter somewhere this morning, my youngest daughter. We got in the car, 39 Fahrenheit. 39. Tea and schnapps to get better. Yeah, I mean, schnapps would certainly knock me out. Dopsy said, to be fair, if I feel sick, I end up drinking more hot drinks. So I mean, I drink an absurd amount of coffee for most people. Like I probably drink, I don't know how to do this in like a measurement that we can all, what does everybody consider in is it cups? Because like I say that I have 4 cups of coffee a day, but the mug I use is like bigger. And so I just make sure it's not like this tiny Sorare data mug back there. Pints. That all right, Mike. Actually made me cough a little bit. Um, so yeah, I sound like this because I'm fighting something and I'm losing the battle, but hopefully we can come back stronger. Pico Blair says, I exclusively drink tea only when sick. 5 big coffees per day is just about right. Yeah, I think that's what I prefer. Alex said I have 1 coffee in the morning, that's it. I wish I could do that. To be honest, I just really like there's something about like, I don't drink it because 'cause I'm like a caffeine addict. I mean, maybe I am, but like, um, I just kinda like the whole experience of drinking coffee, and I just don't get that same experience with tea, and I think it's because, um, um, because I forgot where I was going. Sorry, I got a random text message from somebody. It's the time of year when kids bring home the illnesses. Yeah, so it's funny. I made this joke recently. So I have 3 kids. They're all in school. My wife is a school administrator, so they're all in schools all day, and I work from home. And um, and I'm like, you have to protect me. You can't like go out and get sick and then bring that into this house. And they did. It was actually my son, who I would assume he's in his first year of high school, and I was like, I don't know, not that high school kids don't get sick, but I was like, he's the older one, the responsible one. He shouldn't be getting sick, as if like that's a reason why people get sick is irresponsibility. But he brought it home. Now I have it, and part of it is probably that his some of his friends um, are sick as well, and I have to like drive them around to football training and stuff like that. It's like, oh, anyway. Anyway, Alex has hand surgery tomorrow and won't be making any coffee myself for 12 weeks with the AeroPress. It can't be like a what you need 2 hands for that? Um, I don't know. I'm with Dobbsy here. Energy fizzy drinks. I guess I never grew up. Um, oh, energy drink. Yeah, I actually never really got um I never got into energy drinks. I really don't like them. Your adult body can't fight kids' sicknesses. Maybe that's it. Um, And don't get me wrong, JPS, I love a fizzy drink. I was like actually, I didn't even really start drinking coffee until my mid-20s. Specifically remember way back when I worked in finance, like I would drink Diet Coke at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like that was my caffeine fix. And then one day, I don't know what made me eventually start drinking coffee other than drinking like 5 Diet Cokes a day probably wasn't all that healthy either. Um, what kind of coffee do you drink? Like how do I make it or what I mean, that's a loaded question. It's not really loaded. Just make a classic drip, usually some kind of like Colombian roast, and I use sugar and a little bit of milk or half and half. And I'm I've always had this like I feel like every time I mention that, people are like, "Oh, you got to drink it black," or "I can't believe," and I'm just like, "That's just what it tastes good to me." And my dad drank coffee his entire like my entire life. I've seen my dad drink coffee, and he drinks it with like this stuff called sweet and low, which is like a God knows what it's made out of, and it's super sweet and like loads of half and half. And he's like, I actually don't like. He's like, I don't like coffee, but I like this drink, whatever he concocts that just happens to have coffee in it. But he's like had coffee like that, like as far as I can remember. Responsible. He has lunch at 9 a.m. It's 10:30, and the only reason is because that's when he that's when they tell him to eat lunch. Mikey Basson, the biggest thing I love about coffee is the smell when breaking the seal of a new jar or tin. Oh, like you are absolutely right. You nailed that. Absolutely. And even on like commercials, if you like see them do it, you can smell it, even though it's just on TV. Lucozade is the way forward. I guess I gotta go to England one day and have one of these Lucozade that you guys keep talking about. Hoodwink, what's up? Red Bull, keeping my footy career going since the mid 1990s. I remember the first time I had Red Bull. I probably had a Red Bull and vodka before I had just like straight Red Bull, but I remember having that and I was like, this is awful. And then I had one without the vodka and I was like, oh, this is actually worse. Um, so I'm just, yeah, it's just not for me. Feels like I'm cheating the game when getting the zero sugar versions. Probably terrible for me, but I take the 0 calories as a win. Laird is 100% oat flat white. Alex, come on. Come on. Like, I apologize to anybody who is an oat flat white, but it ain't me. This tea literally smells like an old shoe. I have this. It also comes in this fancy tea bag, and again, apologies for all you English people who don't leave the tea bag in the mug. I get it, but it comes in. It's like that's not going to focus on the tea bag, is it? Oh well, but that's what it looks like. God knows what's in there. Hopefully, it makes me feel better. Don Q said my grandma put me on a coffee game when I was pretty young, like 12. 12. Wow, that's so young to drink coffee. This is exactly the conversation that I wanted to have, or the exact type of conversation I wanted to have on this stream. And I'll get into why in a little bit. Don't know if you're a Trader Joe's person, but the peppermint tea is excellent. I'm not like a regular Trader Joe's person. There is one near me. We just never go. I have to pass like 5 stores to get like 5 comparable stores to get to Trader Joe's. So I'm like, I'm just going to get my groceries elsewhere. Powerade Blue for footy growing up is elite. When I grew up playing footy, Powerade did not exist. Alex said it's now autumn winter, which means cups of Horlicks before bed. Glorious malt taste. I'm not a big malt guy. JT tells drink it as cold brew here. No sugar, no cream, but get flavored grinds. I've never heard of flavored grinds for cold brew. JT, are you a winter cold brew drinker? So you're rebranding as a tea drinker now? No, heavens. Oh my goodness. Heavens no. Heavens no. This coffee place near us does dirty energy drinks, and it's basically just coffee or ice cream toppings on energy drink. Oh, what a waste of ice cream and coffee. Oof. At first, I was mostly drinking it because I got a complimentary chocolate. Good reason. Good reason. London has an epidemic of Trader Joe's tote bags, despite not having one Trader Joe's store at all in the UK. So I saw like a headline about that the other day. Actually, was it? Might have been New York Magazine, actually. But it, yeah, I like that's all I saw. But basically, like, yeah, Trader Joe's bags are all over the UK, and they don't have a Trader Joe's there. I don't see myself doing Trader Joe's content, but now I'm thinking about it. I've never really been somebody to walk around a grocery store with like a selfie stick to take a video, but that might be the breakthrough content that this channel needs. JT lives in Florida, so there's no winter, but use a gravity brewer within the coffee. The hell is a gravity brewer? Oh, one of these. Yeah, that's cool. I bet you feel really cool making coffee like this. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe I have a different thing. Anyway, it reminds me of like Breaking Bad when they were making coffee in the before they made drugs. Anyway, can't have iced coffee though. Has to be hot coffee that has been left until cold. Oh, like lukewarm coffee is. Oh, mm-mm. Trader Joe's are notorious for the most incompetent parking lot designs. I didn't know that. I feel like the one that's by me is not like it's in a plaza of stores, and so it, yeah, like it's not their parking lot. I wish I had a siphon for coffee. Utterly bizarre creation. What does that mean? Oh, that's the yeah. I may as well just like pull it up here. Yeah, this looks like something from Breaking Bad. It looks like it would just take 3 days to make like 1 cup of espresso, or like the amount of it. I'm both ends of the scale. I either want my drink boiling hot or near frozen. I don't think I'm I'm kind of like with you. I tend to try to like, yeah, cold drinks I want really cold and hot drinks I want really hot. And oh man, I need to get a Yeti sponsorship because I drink both hot and cold out of this Yeti. And right now it's hot and this tea will stay hot forever. And it's like that's why I put it in here. I know um tea drinker. I actually tend not to drink coffee in here. Sometimes I do. But I tend not to drink or I tend not to put coffee because of the it's um like a metal cup and I don't know if I feel like metal sometimes tastes a little weird. Got to be a scientist to use that thing, yeah. Um I've learned in life that I have strange tastes, but to embrace that and enjoy my strange little life. JPS, I totally agree. And frankly, this like the stuff that you think is strange is probably not that strange in all honesty. I mean, we literally a lot of us play like a fantasy sports game where we're buying JPEGs for way too much money. That's pretty strange. Have you seen the brew pipe? Also excellent. I'm not sure that's something I should be clicking on, but let's see. Oh, this what the hell is that? This thing? Wow, it's actually like wow, that's fun. Is there like a video? The most wonderfully absurd coffee maker ever made. The Bripe. I'm not watching an 8-minute video on this, but thanks for sharing. Um, I like everything cold. Even most food is better cold. Mm, mm. Um, James Hoffman is the coffee god. Oh, is he like a guy? I didn't know that one. Cold pizza is one I'll let slide. Yeah, I don't mind cold pizza. I prefer not, but let's hope you're more successful than we're with the Ridgewell. Agreed. Excuse me. It does look like the South American yeah, is it mate? But it did look like that, you're right. Um, so it's funny that this is the conversation that came up today, and, because if you look at the bottom of the screen there, bottom I guess that would be the left for yeah, I think it's the left. Um, I'm changing at least my Patreon probably, at least the title of it, and the Discord that a lot of us are in, and I'm changing it to the Laird Social Club, and there's a couple of reasons for this, but the biggest reason is I feel like I was at a point with my content that it was more than just so rare, and um, that's not like a good or bad thing about so rare. It's just like the reality of what happened. And when I launched this channel, or really when I kind of changed it from the so rare data channel, because that's where I had been streaming for all of these years. At that time, all I did was play so rare. I mean, not like all I did in life, but that's mostly that was all the content that I did was so rare. And as you guys, have experienced over the last few months, and it's now been what are we in October? It's almost 7 months. It'll be 7 months sometime next week. Um, the the content has expanded, whether it's MFL or football.fun or whatever so rare Andrews is turning into. But I and that's not like a knock on So Rare. I still absolutely adore So Rare. I love talking about it. I love making fun of it. I love being able to host shows on their channel along with people who are that work for them and talk about it. And um, this is not at all about like moving away from So Rare. It's more just ensuring that everybody knows that there's more to this than so rare. And so the that's the idea. And I was kind of trying to think of what to call it because to be completely honest, it was just weird to me if I was on like doing an MFL with Laird or a football.fun with Laird and talking about the Patreon, which continues to be kind of like the place where I post everything. And it's the Patreon, as much as I am like super appreciative of, the companies that I work with that help sponsor the content I do, the Patreon um, is really the foundation of everything. And as the Patreon grows, I can spend more time making content dedicated to the people who are part of the Patreon, and not always have to either do specific things for specific companies or outside work that helps me pay bills and whatnot. And it just felt weird to be on an MFL stream, and if there were people who are like, "Hey, I'd like to support your content," and I was like, "Yeah, just go to the So Rare with Laird Patreon or So Rare with Laird Discord," because like maybe they don't play So Rare, because there are people who are in the Patreon and the Discord community who don't play So Rare anymore, or there are some who or don't play the other games or whatever. And I just felt like even just the name itself was a bit um not exclusive isn't the right word, but it was basically keeping others out, or if they were interested in talking about MFL with more people, or joining patron saints or whatever it is, uh, joining something called So Rare with Laird feels like you're going to be bombarded with So Rare talk. And if a lot of the people who are in everyone in the chat now is obviously part of the Patreon, and I don't think everybody is necessarily in the Discord, although the Discord is where kind of like most of the conversation happens. But we all know that, yes, there are plenty of channels for So Rare content. It's whether we're talking about players or arena or crafting or whatever the latest Bundesliga news is. But we all know that like our favorite channels are like the food and drink ones, or where we talk about like our regular or other collectibles, or MFL, or whatever the next F1 race is. And so the I wanted this to be a bigger thing than just what we talk about So Rare. And when I initially launched this kind of content endeavor, one of my ideas was calling it like Discord Out Loud, because I didn't necessarily want it to be just about So Rare, because even when you are in a So Rare based Discord community, inevitably it just becomes a conversation that's about more. And instead of this being a community, a community dedicated to So Rare that will only exclusively talk about So Rare, it's really like a social community that happens to play So Rare. And we also like to talk to each other about other things. And we can learn about where other people live, and trips that they take, and experiences that they are having and want to share with other people. And the more that I even participate in the Discord, like I consider a lot of people who I've met on Discord or because of So Rare, but like I consider them friends. And honestly, like I talk to you guys more than I talk to some of my very, very good friends. It's just the way that kind of like life works right now. And um that social aspect is something I wanted to lean into, that we're able to have all of these different conversations that don't have to be about So Rare. And do we sometimes want to talk about So Rare? Of course. Like like I said, like I still play it. I'm still buying cards. I'm still very much passionate about that platform, but it's not all I want to talk about. And we have kind of developed this great community of other people who are the same way. They really like So Rare, but it just feels like you become friends with people and you just want to share more, either about yourself or things that you see, or share other things that maybe you came across. And that's what the Laird Social Club is all about. So you'll probably see me talking, like referencing it more often than that. And that's really all this is. It's just kind of like a rebrand to acknowledge that this community, which I hope continues to grow, is just about much more. It's more about life, and being able to, even on the internet, hang out with other people who are I don't even want to say like-minded because I have no idea what you guys think about everything, and you don't know what I think about everything. But we can have like fun and sometimes serious conversations about all different things. And I hope that the Laird Social Club is a place that people continue to share that stuff with. Ooh, sorry. It's like really coughing now. Anyway, um, will we be adding a pool table? All good social clubs need one. Yeah, we should. We should do that. I actually have a mini one in my house. I can't bring that in. Well, actually, no, it would be weird to bring it in here, but you're right. Maybe we should do that. Or maybe I should just bring the camera in there. It's very small though. Laird and Harry food content. Okay. What is OTW? That sip was a little too big for how hot that still is. Ooh. Sora Burrow, what's up? No worries. There's no way Mike has pants on. Social Andrews, where the whole stream is dedicated to whale drawing. Ooh, that's a good one. Laird's Social Club merch went. So it's funny you say that, Fraxy. So the logo there, and I actually have two of them because just for the colors. But I was trying to work. So the other thing about this Laird Social Club, excuse me, as I was discussing with a few people, including ChatGPT, is like the use of Laird SC and like I don't know like where. I know SC is like could be sporting club, but also could be like soccer club, which not everybody is a huge fan of. Shout out to Jimbo. But oops. But let me pull up the two versions here. I mean, you can obviously see one there, but here's one. That's like the big one. And then let's see. And then it's just the flipped. But Aurelian, who was one of the designers at Sorare Data, has done all of my logos, like the Sorare with Laird. And then I kind of adjusted a few of I think he did the MFL with Laird one, but I like kind of the a standard theme. And so if you have noticed, like my old Andrew M. Laird, it's literally just this logo, but like it's essentially this one, but it says Andrew M on the top and then Laird. But now I've just moved it down here. I don't know if he would have done the same thing, but I just did it on my own. But I was using ChatGPT to make like a Laird SC like crest almost, and it had some terrible ones, and so that's why I haven't used it yet. But I was thinking about that. I'm not actually going to do merch, but I was like, man, if I could do merch, I would have like a cool logo on a sweatshirt, for example, like this one from the basketball team that I coach. So rare whales and where to draw them, a so rare story. David said, sorry I'm late. We'll go back on 5x speed like a header. Speed like a header? Wow. 5x. I don't think, can you do 5x on YouTube? That's crazy. Rikomon, what's up? Dobsy said, love so rare, love the random chats and convo more though. Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. And like Mike said here, it's a community that originated from so rare, but as with all communities, they evolve. A weird thing on my, what is that? Oh, maybe it's just a light. And so that's the idea. So what are the new house rules then? And she's the doorman. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so that's the idea. And I wanted to kind of just talk to you guys about that because you're going to obviously see this Laird Social Club being used a lot more often because I just think it makes more sense than So Rare with Laird when I do more than So Rare. And frankly, we all do. We all talk more than just So Rare. And so it's just a better way to make sure that people who may be interested aren't necessarily I don't want to say influenced, but aren't influenced one way or the other in terms of what goes on here. What goes on here is that we're a bunch of people who love to play certain games and are open to new games, and we just like talking about those games and other things in life. And so that's it. Oh, and who's the doorman? I don't know. I don't know. Harry Trades had a great comment because I was talking to him about this before. Um, so what did he say? It was about the social club, and where was it? He said, back home it refers to 70-year-old alcoholics that drink at social clubs. And I was like, well, that's not quite what I meant, but part of it, maybe it is what I mean. Maybe we are all of these. I don't want to say we're all alcoholics that drink at a social club, but the idea is, yeah, let's all drink our whatever we drink, whether it's coffee or Lucozade or whatever these absurd energy drinks you guys are drinking. And we just hang out. And that's the whole point of all of this, that I think the way that social media works these days, that it's easier to have like real conversations and real connections with people, even if you're not physically with them in real life. And I think a lot of us deal with that, specifically with Sorare, that there are not people in our real lives that want to talk about it. And so that's why we find these communities online. And I think we should just lean into that and not pretend like these are like weird or just for people who live in their mom's basements. Like the whole point is that you can be social in this way, and that's what we're going to do, and we won't apologize for it. I will apologize for the constant coughing, though. Excuse me, Harry, I'm a 30-year-old alcoholic who gets 3-pound pints at my social club. 3-pound pints? Oh, 3 pound. I was thinking like weight, and I was like, huh, that's weird. Yeah, that sounds nice. I'm actually not a member of any like actual social club here. The closest I got was hanging out with Nellis last week at whatever that place was called. It's funny, my throat had been like fine like all week, and now that we're hanging out here, it's like the driest it's been in months. Anyway, so that's what that was the announcement for today. If you are watching this not on Friday live, after it's been open and you're interested in joining, there's a link in the description of the video that you can do to join. And if you want to join the Laird Social Club, Laird SC, if you will, I'd be very much appreciative. And I know there are a lot of people who kind of follow the Patreon. They have like a free membership to the Patreon, so they see all the posts, but don't necessarily have access to all of them, like this one right now, until later. And so, if you've ever considered it, I think it'd be a great time to join, because I think it's helpful that we're now kind of acknowledging that we're more than just Sorare, and there are plenty of people like those who are in the live chat here who talk about way more than just Sorare, and that's okay. And I mean, obviously, there's still plenty of Sorare content, but there's more to it than this, and so we're just here to kind of lean into it. We have a Polish American society near my house, and it's just a social club with cheap drinks. We have like an Irish society close to us, and that's all that's all it is. So yeah, I mean, that's what I got for today. Obviously, we're not done, but like, if there's anything you want to talk about, oh, that's a great line from Dobbsy after the whole coffee conversation. The Patreon only costs the same as a coffee, which is true. As little as $5 a month. I will say though, like, if you're somebody who watches content regularly, it doesn't have to be mine, like anyone's, and they do have some sort of membership option. I think it's really important for everybody to support content creators in the way that they can. And some people can only do it by watching and liking the videos, and that's great. But if you are in a position where you can afford the $5 a month or however much it costs, each one means a lot to each creator. Is an extra $5 a month going to make a huge difference for me? I mean, it's probably not going to make a huge difference for anybody. But if enough people are willing to do it, then yeah, it does end up making a big difference. And so that's the whole key with my content. Is I would love it if there were enough people who subscribed and became like supporting members of the Patreon that we literally could do whatever we want. And while the companies that I work with certainly have no say in like what I say about them on the content, there are obviously like certain deliverables that I have to do. I have to do a certain number of videos for them. And the easiest way for me to have the flexibility to do whatever you guys want and this isn't OnlyFans, and so get your minds out of the gutter. But the more people who can join the Patreon, the more time I can dedicate to doing specific content ideas that people are interested in, instead of maybe ones that you're not. Everyone going to be relieved you're not setting baseball lineups. I mean, I can do it. We can look at baseball if you want. I had nothing to. No, never mind. Just obviously say, yeah, it all adds up. Absolutely, absolutely. So, how long you've been considering this? Was there a trigger? I have been thinking about it for a couple weeks, to be honest. Um, I think the I think the difficulty for me is that I the way that I want to do content runs counter to how like YouTube shares content. And so like in an ideal world, I all of my content would be on one channel. And I realize that there are people who probably follow me for different reasons, whether they only do So Rare or only play MFL or only play football.fun. But doing all of that on a single channel just means people won't subscribe because they end up getting more or they get content they don't want. And so you have to kind of like siphon it off. And the Patreon was like the place that I do it, but I just felt like, excuse me, I just felt like it was getting to a point where more people who didn't play So Rare were kind of interested in my content, but wouldn't necessarily join like a So Rare Patreon or a So Rare Discord. And I didn't want them to be pushed away for that reason, because I really love these other games that I play, and I like talking about them and talking to other people about them. And I didn't want people who may be interested in MFL or football.fun to say, well, I don't want to join a So Rare Discord. And so I'm hoping that this kind of alleviates some of those concerns. Man, I can't believe how much I'm coughing. I'm not even sure how much longer I can go. JPS said, I spent last weekend at the Colford British Legion, which is a proper old school social club. I'll send the TV they had on the wall in the Discord, which I just see here. This is incredible. Let me just save it so I can share it here. Like, also, this is the stuff that you get while joining the Sorare. Wow, that is a hell of it. Does it have a VHS player in there or no? You know what's funny is that there was a day where they put that up and people were so psyched. That's a great picture. Colford British Legion. Love it. Love it. So yeah, like that's the idea, Mike. Like I had been thinking about it for a while, but it I don't know. Like when I had a TV in my room as a kid. Yeah. My I hate like this whole like I'm so old, but I'm so old that I had a TV in it that was like straight antenna, and I had like a broken metal hanger like jammed into it for better reception. Yeah. That's how old I am. Anyway, so now we've gone from coffee to old TVs. But so yeah, I think the whole point of the Laird Social Club is that I want it to be open to anybody who is interested in participating in a club of people who play So Rare or MFL or football.fun or any other fantasy games that they think people would enjoy, and not feel like they are stuck talking to a bunch of people who are only interested in one certain thing. Because if anything, the Discord, and I know that not everybody who watches these videos is on Discord, which is fine. Shout out to Holty, actually. But it is where the most like active conversations happen, but they also happen in these live chats. And that's what like is great about this one that's happening right now, is that everyone who is in here is a supporting member of this Patreon and are members of the Laird Social Club. And I get really fired up, like thinking about um, being able to hang out with people who are in this position. It's great. Whew. I'm 24 and used to watch a VHS of Liverpool goals from the 80s and 90s to go to sleep. Wow. 24. Sorry for the silence for those who are just listening. So yeah, that's it. That's it. What else should we talk about today? I was just doing this kind of as an announcement, and then I was actually going to film another video. I got to do a Sorare rookie card challenge update, but I'm not sure my throat is going to last this long. So we'll see. Which day is going to be popped collar only day? I keep forgetting to do that on Sorare Andrews. And given that I don't like work in an office, I don't usually have to wear a collar. I put a hooded sweatshirt on today, as you see. I would like a membership card. If two members ever meet in real life, they should have to pull out their membership cards. Oh man, that's a great idea. As I'm currently eating mini eggs, what's your favorite chocolate? I had one of those VHS tapes of NFL big hits set to music that I loved. It came from Sports Illustrated. Man, Sports Illustrated was so great back in the day. Favorite chocolate? Hmm. I feel like I don't have like a single favorite, and it's more just like certain times of year, or maybe you're like, oh, I'm just like craving something. Um, like I like chocolate and mint, but I also like chocolate and peanut butter, which is quite different. Or I tend not to eat just like straight chocolate, mostly because the chocolate here, most of the like easily accessible chocolate in the US is pretty awful. If there's one thing I've learned, thanks to Holty, actually, shout out to him, that like European chocolate is just on another level of American chocolate. And it's true about a lot of, well, I don't want to say about a lot of foods, but certainly chocolate. We just chocolate in America is just like a sugar delivery system, and I think there's like some actual pride taken into European chocolates. So I'll have to, yeah, I keep kind of wrestling with the idea of doing some kind of European trip, um, to just do like a meetup. I'd love to do like a Laird Social Club meetup somewhere, but that also just ends up costing me thousands of dollars, which like is probably not the best use of funds right now. We'll see how big the Patreon gets. Um, David said, "All caught up now. Sounds like a good idea. To be fair, thanks, David. Did you really go five? Yeah, I didn't. Can you really go 5x in connection to the coffee talk earlier? Is it okay to buy coffee cups from Timu? I feel like coffee cups, like actual cups, like I feel like coffee cups are cheap enough where we don't need to go to Timu for that. But I mean, I'm not one to hate on it. Another good idea would be coffee discounts with our new membership cards. That is a good idea. Dark chocolate and mint choco is elite. It totally is. It's excellent. Do you and your family do it big for Halloween? Do you have a costume? That's a good question. I we don't do like a whole family Halloween, and my son is now like a little too old for it. My oldest daughter is going to be Simon, from Alvin and the Chipmunks, with two of her friends. One of them's Alvin, one of them is Theodore. And my youngest daughter was going to be like a cheerleader, and then decided she wanted to be Fancy Nancy. If anybody has young kids and reads to them, I hope you do. But we were kind of dissuading her from that. For those of you who don't know, Fancy Nancy is just like a book character, like a kid's book character. And it's actually quite, I don't want to call these books entertaining, but they're actually quite, they're good in that they use big words and then explain what they are. Like they actually teach these kids like actual vocabulary. But anyway, the problem is that nobody would know who she is. So she literally would like, you go trick or treating and everyone's like, "Oh, look, you're a dinosaur. Oh, you're Batman. And what are you?" And like that's not a good experience. So I don't know if she's going to keep doing that. We do have friends that go all out. There's it's like my wife's best friend. They have 2 kids and they do like a whole family thing, but I tend not to. Um Wait for a Sorare event in the UK and then try to get them to fund it. So I don't know if they do those things anymore. And frankly, they're not gonna like host me. Like they're not gonna pay for me to go over there. We'll have a paddle game. I would love to play paddle. Fraxy said, I'm still waiting on the address to send Norwegian chocolate to prove it's better than the English ones you and Black tried. Like US beer is just a water delivery service. That's not true, Mike. That's unfair. I mean, like, yes, there are some that are just that. And I was about to like name some, but I'm like, maybe we'll get a sponsor one day. And so I don't want to do that. I'll call the Colford Legion to see if we can book a meetup. It's actually less the place where we all meet up and more just like how much it costs me to fly over there and stay ideally for a couple days. Um, so yeah, I just finished off some Lindt dark chocolate with chili. Now I really want some more, but the one with a pinch of salt with chili. Wow, you should get a prosthetic, make of black for Halloween. Papa Nellis will have to host you. Nellis has offered to host me before. He travels a lot though. Knowing my luck, he wouldn't even be home. But yeah, I don't know where like like there was a Sorare, maybe it was the Nellis one, the like Sorare London meetup. Um, and then I actually there was one Sorare Sevens that I thought I might be able to get to, and it just like it really didn't work out. That probably would have been the ideal one if Sorare Seven still existed. Um, but I don't think it will be. Sorare Andrews on the Halloween week is the day before. Need fancy dress. Oh, I should get a prosthetic mask of black. Gotcha, gotcha. That would be weird. That would be weird. We'll all host you for a night each whilst you travel the UK. I mean, obviously, it feels like the UK is where I should go. But I know there are plenty of people who are outside of the UK. And frankly, I'd like to, I mean, ideally, I would do a whole tour of different places. Yeah, I don't know. JT Chels, anyone playing NBA? Not sure that even the lower streaks are as easy to hit in football. I haven't played, but Andy was saying that like you basically have to get the nuts every streak to get there, and he was like, you just have to keep getting more and more cards, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I just don't follow the NBA well enough to succeed in NBA, Sorare NBA, which is a bummer because I think it's a really cool product, and I like the people that run it, and I know the people that play it really like it, and I wish I could like push more people to Mike Zakarian's content because his NBA stuff is great, but I just it doesn't work for me. That's the best way I could put it. Sorare Sevens was great. Literally 15 minutes walk from my house. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, it seemed like a great event. It's like unfortunate that those guys, aren't able to keep it going. And part of it, it's actually it's funny. I was bidding on a bunch of cards recently, and as I noticed, as was still playing, so that's fun to see. And Simo's always, here around every so often. So I'll just get the Knicks and play Classic. Yeah, JT, that's basically like I'm probably just gonna do the same. I don't think I'm even buying new cards. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on. Just hanging out. And I don't know if like the move to this layered social club means we'll have more of these kind of just like hangouts. Ultimately, like it's funny how people now come to Sorare Andrews fully not expecting any so rare talk whatsoever. And I actually don't know if that's good or not. Because obviously Andy and I still play so rare, and but it's almost like the game has become so fragmented. Maybe no, it's almost like maybe the game is so fragmented that it's just like, oh yeah, I'm playing Bundesliga. Like, okay, what teams are you building collections for? And like that's the whole conversation, and like that's what I'm doing. And so, um, I feel like, as weird as it sounds, that there's less strategy to talk about so rare lately, even though there's like more. I think there's more to talk about. Sora Andrews has pockets of Sorare, which is enough. Did you see the clue update? Feels like we're going to be getting more ways of winning them. I did see the clue update. I thought it was a little confusing at first, but I think that's just what you said. I think we'll have ways of winning them, which is great. I think Sora Andrews needs to rebrand to the two Andrews. Start a series together, Andrews to Glory. What's two Ronnies? But it's funny you say that because we did talk about that. I don't think we're going to do it, but we did talk about it because every so often, like literally one every couple months, there will be a comment on a Sorare Andrews video of somebody who is fairly new to Sorare and is just like, it took you 53 minutes to talk about Sorare. And they're right. But also I'm like, well, at least you watched 53 minutes of it. Hopefully you liked the 53 minutes. But sometimes people are just like, this is the worst Sorare content I've ever seen. All you talk about is fruit. And we're just like, both of those things could be fair and it could still be entertaining. Buying cards only named Andrew. Oh, that's the Andrew to Glory. The fragmenting gets amplified on these international breaks. The whining certainly usually does, but yeah, I don't know. I just like, yeah, I don't know. Surely the title song explains everything. That's a good point. The last episode while we were on about berries and Gus was on about the craft in the chat. That was really like that was really funny. Like clearly Gus was like 10 minutes back. I forget who it was. It was just like, give it up, Gus. That was really funny. I felt bad for Gus because like we did have like a reasonable conversation about it, and he was like trying to add into the chat in not delayed time while we were all kind of had moved on from it. But shout out to Gus. Goose, I believe it is actually. Yeah. A little bit fair, you don't start off talking about the game. Yeah. I feel like normally we do. Normally we kind of like tease the topic, but lately we haven't. The irony, and I said this to Andy after the stream, I actually wanted to talk about yesterday's topic. Like, I wanted to talk about it. ZM Star, that's right, Mike. But like the topic I wanted to talk about was just like how many cards that I own and I willingly buy that I just don't ever plan on playing in lineups. And the only reason I don't seal them immediately is like the 0.1% chance that I will have to use them one day. And I don't know, it's weird. I had compared this recently to when you buy like real cardboard cards, like IRL collecting or trading cards, that you get a pack and you inevitably end up with a bunch of cards you don't want. And like these binders behind me, which way do I go? Are packed with cards that I like would never bought on my own. And I was like, and so Sorare is just the same. You end up with like a lot of cards that you don't want in your pursuit of cards that you do want. But it's totally different because I'm opening packs of cards where I don't know what's inside and I get what I don't want. Whereas in Sorare, I'm like making a specific action to buy a card of a guy I've never heard of that I will never play because it gives me 50 collection points that will help my card that I actually want to play. and then I accidentally get two of the same guy that I'll never play because I'm not paying attention enough. That happened yesterday. And it just goes from there. And so it was kind of like I wanted to go through my gallery, and I might do this next week, which sounds like really hard hitting and exciting Sorare content. But I was going to go through my gallery and look at just how many of my cards I actually play. I was about to say that I actually um, like I have 386 limited cards, 511 rares, and 100 super rares, and like I can't. If I play 25% of them, I bet that's probably high. You did talk about it. Black said half. You said more than you expected. Topic discussed. I guess I wanted to like really go into it though, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Excuse me. Yeah. Sorry, my phone keeps buzzing. JPS says I'm holding you to a trading card stream before the year is over. So the literally the only thing that's holding me back from doing that is figuring out how to physically do it. Meaning, I need another camera because I'll have like me on camera and then whatever I'm holding, and my mic is here on the table, and so I guess I need to get like an arm so that I can put the cards like in front of me, but also have a camera. I just need to figure it out. You're right. You should hold me to that. Keep in mind, there are no cards that were created after like 1997. So, oh, I need to see those 90s Topps baseball cards. Yeah, I got tons. Yeah, we'll do it. I wonder, hold on. This one literally says baseball card album. These are 1992. There's Ozzie Guillen right in the middle. I think I did these by, no, that's not by team though, because here's some Yankees. Steve Howe, Mel Hall. Where's Bob Flynn when you need him? I know this guy loves these guys. Wow. All right. This isn't going to be the but they made, wow, Ozzie Guillen again. But they made these like cartoon Topps kids. There's John Kruk. Bip Roberts. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, we'll do it. Should have asked Nellis about that when you met him. I don't think has he done something like this? You know who I should talk to is Jono from Franksy Plays. You know what's really funny is 3 of these binders literally say Lehman Brothers on them. This is my, wow, that is dusty. What's in here? These are basketball cards. Jason Kidd, current Dallas Mavericks coach. Are those cards all on steroids as well? Yeah. I got a phone holder for desk view, which paired with OBS works really well. I wonder if I can pull that off. All those cards are older than me just to put some time reference on it. I appreciate that, Dobsy. I'm still waiting on the pineapple cutting. I've done a pineapple cutting stream, right? Didn't I cut one on stream once with Andy? I guess I should do another one. Wasn't Steve Howe a cokehead? I mean, he had some addiction problems. I don't want to like call him so many names, but he had some problems. You didn't watch the Nellis card pack openings back in the day. I don't think I ever did. I never really had like as weird as it sounds, as literally have tens of thousands of cards behind me. I didn't have like a huge, like, I don't know. I just never got into watching people open cards. It just wasn't my cup of tea, if you will. Get it? By the way, I think this tea is actually making me cough. This herbal stuff is like, it's really not helping. But I'm also not quite sure. So I'm going to take a sip now and we'll see if I cough in a few minutes, which I will. Yeah, we had a pine. That's, I thought, um, I feel like the pineapple cutting was around the same time that we brewed essence. In case anybody was curious of so that's the kind of Sorare content that like people like with Sorare Andrews is when we brew essence. And apologies for anybody who didn't see that. That was a great one. Uh, the only thing about watching people open cards makes you want to open them. I believe that. Um, um, yeah, I'll try to figure it out. I can't imagine um, you're gonna want to buy cards after seeing what I open, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, that's right. Tuggy did send those pineapples from Hawaii. You're absolutely right. Shout out to Tuggy for that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Get back on the coffee. Yeah, you're probably. I think it actually is the tea. Got to get back to the old Earl Grey. It's elderberries, not helping. GPS, thanks. I'll check out that link. I'll do something because I mean, yeah, it's fun, I guess. Mm. Um, yeah. You guys got anything else? Trying to think of what I have this afternoon. I got some more other things to do. I think I'm going to try to do a U23 video, but my voice, maybe I'll wait for Monday just to get my voice back. Oh, this is killer. Yeah. Yeah. I'm toying with the idea of opening a pack of cards and building a Sorare team from them. You could just open Sorare cards and do that. I guess you're not really opening Sorare cards, but um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like with how going back to the fragmented thing for like how fragmented Sorare stuff is, having little challenges makes it a little more exciting. Like this U23 or this rookie card challenge that I'm doing, um, which the international break is here, and now I'm not playing anything, and I'm just like, oh, let's get back because I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to really playing. I see you guys are making fun of my chair in the Discord. So thank you for that. Request an MFL tactics stream. Oof. I do a team of Sorare players I have on FIFA. Oh, that's cool. Not sure I'm brave enough to step into the Sorare content world though. Oh, that's fine. So Soraburo, I I'm just not a tactic guy. Like I think I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. I'll definitely do an MFL stream next week. Oh, actually, we have to do one next week um, for Goal Rush. I don't have to do one, but I'm going to do at least one. Um, I'm sorry for the chair. It's fine. It's fine. The chair. It was funny. The chair bothers you guys way more than it bothers me. Um, like I, yeah. I don't know. It's fine. I'm literally sitting in it right now. Um, 48-hour subathon for a Gold Rush. I literally couldn't. I'm trying to think of like how long I could actually stream for. Um, with my throat now, it's like an hour and 5 minutes, which is what we're getting to right now. But I don't know. Like at some point, don't you have to like get up and eat, go to the bathroom? I have a theory of how we can win, but there are too many spies. Ooh, I should have like a Discord just for people in the Gold Rush. There are way more people on my Gold Rush team than there are Patreon members, though. Have Kev from Ramble on. He's a tactic king. Yeah, so it's funny. I still have to listen to Kev's conversation with Ryan on Meet the Manager. I've never actually talked to Kev, I don't think. Um, and I I need to listen more. Like I need to listen to more stuff about tactics because I have some theories. Like I think there's a difference between like knowing football tactics and knowing how to use tactics in the optimal way on MFL, and I don't think those things are the same. And so it that's sort of what I have to tinker with. So I have to listen to some talks with Kev. Was he on When Dirk? Also, I don't know if he was, but obviously I should listen to more of the ramble just to hear how they talk about it because as far as I know, Kev, yeah, is the tactic king. Everybody says it. So and I agree. All out attack, a 4-2-4, I think, and we just go balls to the wall. Um, and I also don't know if we can use like our specific teams, or like, can I run a team from Patron Saints, or does that not count because all the players are on loan, or what? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out while we do it. I got to find out when other people are streaming. I think it would be fun to have like constant content, but obviously not overlap with anybody. So that we can all kind of like celebrate Goal Rush together. I am back on Sorare Spotlight though on Monday, so um, so that's going to be 2 hours ish of not talking about MFL. Um, I don't know when do the matches start on Monday. I thought it was Monday, right? Let's see. Goal Rush. There's going to be like a countdown. 3 days, 51 minutes. Oh, so it's actually right when So Rare Spotlight. Oh no, So Rare Spotlight's over by then. So yeah, how many people are we up to now? 165. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's more people than I have referred to MFL. There's some like very big, like 372 is nuts. Wow. And then quick check of the inbox. Got Patron Saints. Wow, these guys are actually joining. I love this. I will say for anybody, if anybody here plays MFL and has like a stone or iron team, I'm trying to loan out this Coyote Udo, 76 rated left back. I'm hoping to get 5% rev share. I've only gotten stone offers though, and I'd love him to be an iron, but whatever. And actually, I'll pull it up in a quick second. Coyote Udo was one of the biggest disappointments for me in MFL when they went to the photorealistic because of what he looked like previously, and then what they ended up making them look like. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, did I lose it? Oh no. Oh wait, hold on. I found some. Here we go. Where is he? Where is he? Here we go. So Coyote Udo was a or is a well, in the metaverse, he's a Nigerian. So this is what he looks like. He has some blue hair, which is kind of fun. But his cartoon was this. And so this guy was Nigerian. And then I was hoping that the photorealistic version would be just the photorealistic version of this guy, but it ended up being this guy, which is a bummer. I think it said pick one team. I mean, I should pick Patron Saints. It would be really funny to like beat other alliances with their players. Like Jimbo has a player on Patron Saints, so does SR Monkey, and um, I think that might be it in terms of like content creators that are on. I think that might be it. So it would be funny. I think I think the key might be to treat it a bit like a cup. I'm hoping the AI teams are matched around best 11 or 16. The players with higher alternative overalls will give an advantage. Oh, I think that's interesting. That's a possibility. How does it actually work? Like we play a friendly every 45 manually. I think that's the way it works. I think every 45 minutes you can like set up a new friendly and just go. And so it's just a matter of how many, like who has the most degenerate people who are willing to start a friendly every 45 minutes for 2 straight days. And shout out to Barky McLovin, who joined the Empire Alliance and will obviously be the one to get friendlies done. Well, I say that as if like he's not going to, live his life, but actually will stop everything in life and do a bunch of friendlies while we sleep. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't really know how this is going to pan out, but it'll be fun to watch, and hopefully, Empire Alliance can win. Simple as that. I'm going to take off because we had a lot of people in the club today. Now I got to clean up, and it's getting late on a Friday. So, thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny, and yeah, welcome to the Laird Social Club. It's where we're going to hang out, have fun, talk about the games that we all love to play, and also figure out what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Simple as that. If you are not a member of the Laird Social Club and would like to be, there's a link in the description of this video. Click that link, find out how to get in, and we'll see you either in the live chat for the next one or on Discord. Thank you to everybody. Enjoy the weekend. Make sure you get outside.